Hello everyone, this is Jaden Noble back at again with another video. Today I would like to go over something that I would really never like to go over with you all, but this was something that actually happened a long time ago, but I've decided to finally make a video about it because a lot of time has passed, and I feel like this could be useful for a lot of people because there are people who take advantage of even sellers on eBay. And I don't sell much on eBay, but this was a learning lesson for me. So I kind of want to just break this down, how I basically got scammed out of a $1,250 coin sale that I had just over a year ago. So how do we get to this point right here? If any of you guys remember, who are longtime viewers, you remember I did an annex submission and I got this 1972 Denver no FG struck through grease error that was graded MS64. This was basically a top pop for annex, and with the no FG it booked out pretty high. It was well over 1,000. PCGS price guide put it at like 2,100, which I knew was way too much. But this was a cool coin and all, but I thought, and you're probably wondering why I just have the holder here, but this will explain that. But I thought, since it was worth so much money, and it is a cool error, but I thought I could turn this pretty cool score into a coin that I would like a little bit more, and something that's a little bit more collectible than this coin. Although this is a really cool coin, it's just a little bit more of a niche coin to collect. So I decided to try to sell it, and I did get an offer from somebody on eBay, and it was for $1,250. I'm like, man, I don't think anyone will be willing to pay more than what this guy offered. So I went on ahead and accepted it, and everything went smoothly. He paid, and I shipped the coin off, did like full insurance on it. I think it cost me like $35-40 to ship the thing to him. And what kind of threw me off on him was when he received the coin, he sent me a message, and he had a lot of messages that he ended up sending me over time, but he's like, yeah, the coin just arrived, and I'm gonna ship this off to PCGS and get it crossed over, and if it comes back MS64, no FG, I'll easily be able to make, I would be able to get probably $1,800 for it in a PCGS holder. And I'm like, dude, you go for it. I sold it to you as an annex graded coin. You can try to send it to PCGS. I don't know why he's telling me this. I was like, you bought the coin as an annex graded coin, so you can try to do whatever you want with PCGS. It's not my problem. Well, getting to this right here. He did ship it off to annex, but he shipped it off in this holder. So PCGS has part of the blame to it, but it all stems from the bozo who bought the coin from me. So I don't know, this was still back when PCGS was getting flooded with a lot of submissions. You guys remember probably like 2022, early 2023, and this is when I sold this coin. It was very early 2023. They were getting flooded, and there were a lot of mistakes that happened. Well, in the paperwork, which I do not have anymore, it said they did not cross it. I don't know what happened, but they ended up taking it out of this holder and then putting it, after they said they didn't cross it, into just a PCGS MS63 holder. And this basically took this coin from being worth over $1,000 to like $10. So basically ruined my coin. And as you can see, guys, there is no FG on here. So I don't know why they didn't even put the no FG on it. I'm not really sure what happened, why they even cracked it out to begin with, since it didn't cross, because usually they don't do that. So part of the problem was PCGS, but it all stems back to the guy. Well, as soon as he did not get it to cross over, he paid for big fast shipping, because I had a 14-day return policy, and he submitted a return claim, but it was past the 14-day, so he went to as a not described listing, and eBay just automatically accepts that, and you pretty much have to accept it. And I was kind of confused because he sent pictures of my original posting with the coin in this holder, like literally the exact pictures I had in the listing of this coin in this holder, saying it was not as described, and I was really confused. Well, he hadn't even had the coin back yet. So the coin was still at PCGS, but when he saw it hadn't crossed over, he's like, oh shoot, it's 16 days, but I'm gonna go on ahead and try to do a return on it. And if you do it as a not described or something more serious, they'll automatically accept it. So I reluctantly had to accept the coin back after a lot of bickering with them because I was kind of confused what the problem was, because I sent him as an annex graded coin, and he was telling me how it didn't cross from PCGS and all that nonsense. So it took a while to get the coin back because he hadn't gotten the coin back. And when he got the coin back, he still shipped it, although it was altered, of course, because it is now in a PCGS holder. The coin was altered. You turned my coin that was worth over $1,000, and their coin's worth $10. And he still shipped it back to me. And when I opened it up, I was absolutely floored. And I immediately opened up a dispute with eBay, saying that the coin had been altered and that he did not send back the original coin in the original holder that I sent him. And let me tell you this, guys, I understand I've made a lot of videos about buyers getting scammed by sellers, but overall, if you can actually catch that you are getting scammed from a seller, you will actually be more likely to be scammed as a seller than a buyer. And I know that kind of doesn't make much sense, but in eBay, if you can catch that you are getting scammed, that's the key though, is to know that you are getting scammed, then about 95% of the time you will win in getting a full refund and a return, which is good. However, in this circumstance, as me as a seller, he pretty much took my coin and made it worth basically nothing. So he did not return it. It was not an item that's not described because I did send it to him in this holder right here, and he was trying to play games with it and trying to make $1, which I still don't know what his purpose was there, because these are kind of a niche coin, and just because it's in a PCGS holder, it'd probably be easier to sell, but he might have been able to make $100 off of it, $200, because he did pay me quite a bit for it, to be honest. So I don't know what his end goal was there. I don't think he was the brightest guy, but we went back and forth. He literally dug his own grave. But guys, still, I talked to multiple eBay help people, whatever you want to call them, and they all said, well, we can't really do anything about it. We understand your problem, but he returned it, and you're just gonna have to live with the results. And after trying to go through so many different people, I finally found an American that works for eBay customers, for eBay seller support, or whatever you want to call it. And she accelerated it up, and I actually was able to keep the money that I sold the coin for. This was really fortunate for me, but it was so stressful, and I never want to go through it again. But I actually, at the end of the day, I was actually able to keep the money. And what's crazy is I believe that the seller still kept the refund money. eBay basically ate it because they screwed up in looking at the evidence that the guy had. I mean, he wrote out exactly what he did with the coin and everything, and how he basically altered it, which you cannot do and expect to get a return. If you're going to play games like this, you can't do a return like that. So he messed up, but eBay ended up eating it at the end of the day. I got really fortunate. But guys, I'm just telling you this, for anyone who wants to sell coins on eBay, please be very careful. In my opinion, do not sell high-end coins on eBay, because there are a lot of people out there that will take advantage. So basically whatever you are willing to lose, like let's say, so for me, if it's a coin that's worth $200-300 at most, I'm okay with taking the gamble of selling on eBay, because usually I can get, the most money and because I have a wide audience to choose from. So if it's a $100 to $300 coin, I'm okay with taking the gamble, because yes, that's a lot of money, but still, if I lose it, it's not gonna make or break me. But on a coin that is well over $1,000, I would think twice before selling it on eBay, because there are people out there that will either play games with your coin like this. I don't think he was originally trying to send it back in this holder, but he still messed up by going through with it, because it was his fault at the end of the day for trying to go through this, and it was PCGS' fault for doing this. I don't know why they did it. This was during that time. But guys, you really need to be careful, because people can easily send back, they can say item is not described, they can send you back a rock in a box and say, yeah, here's your coin back, and then they'll keep the good one, and there's really nothing you can do about it, guys. I'm telling you, these there's a lot of trust that goes along with selling high-end stuff on eBay, and you can get scammed by a scammer. And I've seen a lot of horror stories on eBay, because I went down a rabbit hole after this whole thing happened, and I thought I would never be able to keep the money, because they froze my account and everything during this whole process. So I just wanted to make this video as a warning for you all. At some point I am going to try to resubmit this to Annex to get it back in the proper holder that it was in. I'll just have to submit it for regrading. I definitely do think it's an OFG. I don't know what PCGS was seeing, where they were seeing the FG, because there is none on here. And Annex is really good at picking up errors, so I'm kind of surprised it did not. Now the MS63 grade, that's fine. I thought MS64 was a little generous on this coin. You can make an argument it is an MS64, but MS63 is fine on the coin. I don't really care if it's in that, but to get the no FG with a pretty good mid-state grade is what I'm looking for. So at some point I'm gonna put it back in, hopefully an Annex no FG holder, and I'll just leave it at that, and I'll just keep it. So, but I hope y'all learned something from this video. Please leave in the comments below any stories you have as a buyer. I just want to let you all know that if you are selling, just be careful, because it's not just the buyers that need to be careful, but also the people who are selling coins, because eBay is more of a buyer-friendly market than a seller-friendly market. And I think they should get it back to more 50-50, but they will not, because the buyers are what make eBay where it is, but also sellers are important. So please let me know your thoughts on this video. Do you think the guy was right to send it back in this holder? I do not think so, and I did end up winning at the end of the day, so I think justice did prevail. Please let me know your thoughts on this situation. I'll talk to you again soon. Thanks. Bye.